This is the new Photon magnetic sweeper by Blue Streak Equipment. So this magnet is a continuous discharge shot blast cleanup magnet based on the Atmos design. But the difference with the Photon is that it uses ceramic magnets that are arranged so that they nearly match the pulling power of the Atmos. So while the Atmos uses rare earth magnets, which saves on weight and is slightly stronger, the Photon uses C8 ceramic magnets that are permanently charged, which while heavier offer similar performance at a much lower price point. So the Photon weighs 191 pounds, so it is heavier than the Atmos, but since it's on the ground and it's rolling, it's not a huge difference when you're pushing it. It might be different when you're unloading it from a truck. So the Photon rolls on 8-inch non-marking wheels with precision bearings and clutch drive hubs. So what the clutch drive hubs allow you to do is freewheel. So when you're turning the magnet or pivoting it, you don't have to worry about the wheel skipping along the ground or lifting it up or anything. So you can just pivot it in place and it will continue to drive the drum, which takes the shot you collect and puts it into the bins. So the Photon bins hold 42 pounds of shot each, and there is 2 bins on there, so you get a grand total of 84 pounds of shot capacity. Photon also has a front caster wheel, which you can see kind of directs the magnet, takes a bit of the weight off of the drive hubs. So the front caster is rated for 500 pounds of load, and each of the wheels on the side is rated for 750 pounds. So the Photon is a ceramic magnet, so the way this works is the power is concentrated in a few spots along the sweeping width. So these spots are indicated with these blue markers, which tell you where the strength is the highest on the magnet. So with that information, you know that if you're going over a crack, you line up the blue marker over the crack, and that will give you the most pulling power to get the shot out of the bottom of the crack. So the Photon can pull S550 shot out of a crack that's 1.25 inches deep or a control joint, and it'll do that on those points where the blue indicators are. So that is slightly down from the Atmos's 1.75 inches, but it comes at a lower price tag. So this unit's also convertible, so you can push it as we're doing right now, or if you fold the handles down there, it can be attached using just a normal pin hitch to a golf cart or small tractor or whatever else you have on site. So that'll make it a tow behind, which obviously makes it a lot easier to use. So new for these, we also have new rubber bushings that sit on the bottom of the debris pans. So what that does is as you're driving around and you're going over bumps, you don't hear the bins rattling around all the time. So these just cut down on noise and make it a more pleasant experience to operate. So we got some shot laid down on the ground here, just concentrated just for demonstration purposes, and Brian can push it over as fast as he wants. And the faster he pushes, the better, because it cleans off the shot faster. So because this sweeper is a continuous discharge magnet, it will never be losing any pickup power as you would with like a flip-up style magnet. So this thing is continuously removing the debris from the magnetic field, which ensures you're always at full strength. And with that, that means you can always operate at the same speed. You don't have to slow down to avoid missing any shots. So what that does is obviously increases your efficiency, but it also increases the thoroughness of the cleaning job. So you can be sure that you got everything on the first pass. You don't have to go back for a second one, and you don't have to slow down because you're missing shot because the magnet's filling up. So the only time this is going to start missing shot is when those bins get full, which, like I said, is 84 pounds of capacity between the two. So you got a long time you can go before you have to start worrying about emptying it. And then when you do want to empty it, all you have to do is just pick those bins up, like you saw Brian do earlier, and then just dump it right back in your machine. So you can reuse this shot pretty much endlessly until it is disintegrated. So you just pick up those bins like that, they just pop right out, dump it right back in your machine, and you're good to go. And you see it picks it right back up. So the hubs on this thing are completely sealed off. So that what that does is ensures that you get no metal shavings or dust inside your bearings. So you can always be sure you got a smooth action, and you don't have to worry about your bearings getting all gummed up with metal. So this thing obviously really easy to handle. It just pivots. You can turn it in place like that and it'll keep driving the wheels. And it's built out of pretty heavy duty aluminum, and the front caster and drive wheels just make it a very smooth operating machine.